My ex-wife and I unexpectedly crossed paths at a restaurant a full decade after our divorce. "Long time no see," I said casually. She glanced at the woman beside me, my new wife, and froze. At first, she didn't fully recognize me. Not quite. Maybe it was the tailored suit, my upright confidence, or the steady way I met the world's gaze. Like I had finally stopped shrinking to fit someone else's mold. But as her eyes locked with mine, I saw it, a subtle spark, a slight widening of her pupils. She thought no one caught it, but I noticed everything. 10 years ago, it was me who was frozen. It was a Thursday afternoon, in a house still scented faintly with vanilla candles and empty promises, when the truth hit me. It arrived as a message she forgot to delete, a thread from someone named R. I didn't have to dig deep. One quick scroll revealed it all. Hotel names, whispered confessions, things she never breathed to me, even when we were newlyweds. She had been unfaithful for months. Anger didn't hit me first. It was an empty, chilling silence that crept into my bones, forcing me to question if any of it, our marriage, memories, mourning, had ever been real. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I watched quietly for days, viewing her through a new lens. The way she smiled at her phone when she thought I wasn't watching. The sudden after-work meetings. The distance in bed blamed on stress and headaches. When I finally spoke, direct, quiet, broken, she didn't deny a thing. She barely seemed guilty. She just shrugged and said, "I didn't think you'd find out." That was the moment something shattered. Not just between us, but inside me. The divorce happened quickly. She didn't resist. Said she'd fallen out of love and didn't want to fake it anymore. A week later, she moved in with him. I was left alone in a one-bedroom apartment, heart shattered, haunted by the echo of her laughter in rooms she no longer occupied. The first months, a blur of sleepless nights and automatic routines. Work kept me upright, barely. Friends reached out, but some wounds you have to bleed out alone. One night, staring at my reflection in the dark screen of my TV, I asked myself, "What now?" That question saved me. I signed up for therapy. I started running, at first to exhaust myself into sleep, then because it made me feel alive again. I took a break from dating, from distractions, from filling silence with noise. I read, traveled, took risks at work. I failed. I learned. I rose. Year after year, the pain dulled. Until one day, love songs no longer pulled me back. Our favorite coffee shop no longer stung. That was freedom. Then I met Anna. She wasn't flashy or loud. No grand entrances. She entered my life like a quiet dawn, warm, steady, necessary. She loved without demanding proof. She listened, understood, never compared me to the past. Her kindness spoke a language I'd forgotten how to hear. She didn't fix me. I had already done that. But she reminded me I was worth love, the same way I had always loved. We married 3 years ago. No extravagance. Just vows, family, laughter, and peace. God, the peace. Which brings me back to that restaurant. Anna and I were celebrating a small promotion. Nothing huge, but enough for a nice night out. We laughed over drinks, held hands across the table like two people who still truly enjoyed each other's company. Then I heard that voice behind me. I turned. It was her, my ex. She hadn't aged badly, but not freely either. Her smile was tight, her eyes edged with tension, years of silence and regret written there. Her hair perfect, dress elegant, but something was missing. Something I once tried so hard to give her. "Long time no see," I said calmly. She looked at Anna. For a moment, everything froze. I saw the thoughts flicker in her eyes, the way she glanced from Anna's gentle smile, to the ring on her finger, to the way I looked at her, not with pain or longing, but with peace. "This is my wife," I added. Anna reached out and shook her hand warmly, without hesitation. "Because that's who she is," I said quietly. My ex muttered a polite, "Hi," then looked back at me. "You look different." I am, I replied. She nodded slowly. Well, good for you. There was a weight to those words. Not jealousy, exactly, but regret. Not because I was happy now, but because she had no idea what she'd lost until she stood face to face with me, unbothered, complete. We said goodbye shortly after. I watched her walk back to her table alone. No one sat with her. In that moment, I felt no anger, no triumph, just a quiet understanding. Sometimes people lose the best thing in their life because they are too blind to see it until it's long gone. Anna squeezed my hand. You okay? She asked. I smiled. More than okay. Because I was. This peace, this love, this new life, it was a kind of revenge that didn't need words. Just living. Some wounds don't heal. They teach you never to bleed the same way twice.